So what? I know your baby suffered a traumatic brain injury, but our doctor, they're not the ones who caused this injury. I know it's direct, and I know that that's probably be offensive to a lot of individuals, especially who are in this journey. But the reason why this is important and the reason why I want to talk with you today is because I had an opportunity I'm in Europe right now, and I've just finished a birth injury conference, and listening to some of the material and listening to some of the issues that were being discussed, it allowed me to be able to reflect on some conversations that I've had to have in the past with clients, especially when their baby has suffered a traumatic brain injury, and that issue of causation. So when I started off and I said, so what? So what, the baby has an injury, we're not the ones who caused the injury. What am I really getting at, or what is the defense really saying? Really what they're saying is that although there is an injury, although something happened, we are not the ones who caused it, or our doctors, nurse, or hospital, they were not the ones who caused it. Something else caused the injury or the harm. That could be something developmental, that could be something genetic, it could be something else. And the reason why I want to talk with you today is because I want to help you understand that just having an injury is not enough when you have a birth injury investigation done as to what may have caused this for your baby, or how did this injury happen. When we are moving forward with these types of cases, if your state is anything like my state in Maryland, there are 4 basic elements: duty, breach, causation, and damages. Because birth injury or medical malpractice cases, they are essentially negligence cases. And causation is something that is generally hotly contested in these cases. And I know when I speak to families and I'm doing investigations, I really spend a lot of time there, because I've got to be able to have a good explanation as to how this injury happened. If I'm saying that the doctors, the nurses, or the hospital, if I'm saying that they caused that injury, there's got to be some things either in the records, or there's got to be something that is linking what the doctors and nurses did or did not do to that injury. So I'm going to be reviewing the fetal heart strips. I'm going to be looking at mom's medical records, prenatal if those are relevant. I'm going to be looking at scans, imaging. All of these types of things come together and allow us to be able to have a good idea as to how that injury happened. Because if you can't put that causation aspect of it together, then essentially you are going to get what I said at the beginning. So what? We weren't the ones who caused the injury. And when you're trying to hold the doctor, the nurse, or the hospital responsible for these types of injuries, you better have a good answer as to that issue of causation. I know I talked about a lot in this video today, and the reason why I'm explaining this and I'm coming straight forward, being pretty blunt with it in this video, is because, like I said, I was at a conference and I was just kind of thinking about some of these issues and where there can be confusion with families when they're going through this. This is already a traumatic experience, not only for the baby, but it's also a traumatic experience for the family also. And when we are doing these investigations, our goal is to try to help these families get answers as to what really happened. If you would like to speak with me further, maybe you're here because your baby has an HIE injury, HIE diagnosis, and you're trying to figure it out. You want to know, did the hospital, the doctors, or the nurses, are they the ones who caused the injury? You want someone to look at the medical record, look at the strips, look at the imaging. You want answers. If that's you, what I invite you to do is to go ahead and get your phone, get your cell, and give me a call. There's a number down below on the phone. Go ahead and get your cell, call my office. Now, when you speak with my office, be sure to let them know that you would like to pick a date and a time to get on my calendar, so either myself or Renee, we can give you a call back and to have some time to talk with you about what's going on with your baby and understand your baby story. In addition to that, make sure that you also have a good email address, because sometimes we have to be able to reach you by email. So you need a good email address. Make sure that you have a good email address going. One more thing before I get out of here. I practice law in the state of Maryland. I know from time to time, individuals will contact me, they'll contact my office, and they're not in Maryland. They are in the United States, but they're not in Maryland. If that is you, just understand that we have to use what we call co-counsel or local counsel. In other words, an attorney in your state, and that's something that we can work to help, take care of with you. But I just want to make sure you understand that co-counsel or local counsel aspect of things if you are not in the state of Maryland. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group LLC. Talk with you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.